Good morning, YouTube. I'm gonna do my makeup and my hair while I have a conversation with y'all. Last night I posted a video that was inappropriate, and I was talking shit about somebody, and it shouldn't be on YouTube. I will be deleting the video. When I first met Brian, he was amazing, and I wanted to spend time with him as a friend, but I really don't know him, and the fact that he's calling me a liar and everything really hurts me because he don't know me. I offered him help. He said he wanted the help, and then now he's calling me a liar, which I don't understand, because if he thinks, why don't he fucking come over here and look at everything? Like, don't call someone a liar until you know for sure. Like, he has no business calling me a liar, for one. For two, I really liked him, and we're on the same path in life, changing our lives, making it better. And I have a lot of respect for him for that. You know, like, a lot of men ain't willing to change at all. And he's making that a priority, you know? And I respect him for that, because a lot of men ain't willing to do that. I told him I liked him, but like I said, I'm not looking for a relationship or a boyfriend at this point. I mean, I'm still legally married. And I don't know if I'm gonna divorce my husband. My husband's my best friend. And I think we might just make it work, you know? I've been with my husband for 13 years. It's something you just don't walk away from. My husband is an amazing man. I mean, we've been through shit. Don't get me wrong. I mean, some ruthless shit. You know, like, he's hit me. He's cheated on me. But I've forgiven him for all that, you know? Like, I need to move forward. And my husband is the most amazing man I've ever met in my life. But then I've also got my best friend, Darren, that I'm madly in love with. And right now I'm just so confused. I don't know what I want. But I wanted Brian as a friend, you know? And for him to badmouth me the way he was last night and talk shit to me like he was last night is uncalled for. Like, you don't do that to people you're supposed to care about. But he lied to me from the beginning. Like, he told me he wasn't with his wife. He was leaving his wife and this, that, and the other. Well, he blocked me on everything. Social media, his TikTok, his Facebook. And I was like, what the fuck does he got to hide? You know, that's the first thing that came to my mind. And the fact is, he can't be man enough to explain it to me. That's what pissed me off. He talks a big game, acts like he's all this and all that, but he's not even man enough to have a conversation with me. And that's what hurt me the most. I'm not one of these typical women that like to play games or do drama. I don't do either of them, and I won't tolerate any of it. Like, I don't have to today. And if that's what he wants in his life, I don't want it in mine. I prefer honesty, loyalty, and all the above. And he can't even be honest. Like, he's almost 41 years old, and he can't even have an adult conversation. That's what I don't understand. When I first met him, all he wanted to do was drink and get drunk, and then he walks in my house one day and he's like, you know you want this dick, and you know you want to have sex, and blah, 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 blah. Well, to put it out there, and I'm very honest, I don't care if people like it or not, but he couldn't even perform. Like, he couldn't even have sex. It irritated me a little bit because he's all talk, no action. But I've been wanting to give him my number for a while because I've seen him around here, you know? Like, I was honestly legitimately looking for a friend. Not a boyfriend. Nothing. Just a friend. And he don't know me at all to say, oh, your true colors are coming out, you're fake as fuck, and blah, 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 blah. He don't know me to be saying that shit to me. First of all. Second of all, I don't put up with any kind of disrespect at all. I've been through a lot of trauma and shit in my life, especially with men, that I won't tolerate it anymore. You want to talk to me like I'm a piece of shit, I'll come back at you like you're a piece of shit. Like, treat people the way you want to be treated is my motto. And he's not going to disrespect me. I don't give a fuck who you are, you're not going to disrespect me. And then he was over here last Saturday night, and he got a phone call, and he just dipped. Didn't explain anything to me. Nothing, just left, said, I'll be back. So I waited up till like 4 o'clock in the morning for him to come back. This motherfucker had no respect. He didn't call me to tell me he wasn't coming. He didn't text me. Nothing. And I find that very disrespectful, especially when you have someone waiting up for you. I knew something was different with him that night because not too many people say, oh, I'll be back, and don't show up. Like, I knew he had secrets from the beginning. I'm not okay with secrets. I'm not okay with lies. I don't tolerate liars at all. I can't stand them. I can't tolerate them. I fucking hate a liar. So, for him to tell me I'm lying really hurt my feelings because I have no reason to lie to this motherfucker. None. Like, none at all. What the fuck am I gonna gain by lying to him? And last night, all he wanted to call me was a liar, I'm dishonest, and this, that, and the other. Well, motherfucker, you must be looking at yourself in the mirror because I'm not the one that's dishonest. It's you. I'm okay with myself enough today to know that I can be honest. And if you don't like the truth, oh well, it's your bad. Like, I'm so honest to the point where I don't care if I offend you. I deal with my baby daddy. I'm honest with him. I deal with my husband. I'm honest with him. I'm honest with my daughter. I'm honest with everybody in my life. And for this motherfucker to say I'm not honest and all I do is play games, it really fucked with me because I may have lied a lot in my past. Well, I did. In addiction. When I was a full-blown addict, I would lie about fucking everything. And I didn't give a fuck who I hurt. And that was with my family and everybody. Like, I didn't give a shit who I hurt. I mean, I know my family's never given me a chance to prove that I've changed. My mom's always been a judgmental bitch. I can't stand my real mother. I don't like her. I don't like what she's done to me growing up. I don't like the abuse she put me through. It's something I swore I would never do to my daughter, and I haven't. I've never hit my daughter at all. And I won't. My mom put me through a lot of mental and physical abuse. And growing up, I was honest with my mom. Like, my sister snuck a boy in when she was babysitting me one night. And I thought it was rather weird that she was bringing me popcorn in the bathtub and everything and making sure I was comfortable in the bathtub. Well, Anne's a lot smarter than you think, Cammy. So I snuck out of the bathtub and went downstairs, and she's making out with some guy downstairs. And she lied to my mom and dad about it. Told my mom and dad I was lying when I was not the one lying. It was her. My other sister, Stephanie, I don't get along with. She did the most treacherous thing anybody can do. She slept with my daughter's dad for dope. Like, she was giving up pussy for methamphetamines. That's another thing I don't believe in. I never had to sell my ass for dope. I bought it, you know? Never slept with anybody for methamphetamines. But my family's shady. Like, shady as fuck. Like, I get along with my dad. My dad's always been my best friend. But he hasn't always been there for me. Like, my sister's like, oh, well, you've got your dad, and you've got this, and you've got that. Like, my sister Cammy tries to throw me on a guilt trip because I have my dad in my life. Well, I'm sorry, Cammy. I didn't fuck up that relationship with my dad. Nor have I ever wanted to. I wasn't happy at the fact that my dad would prefer pussy over seeing his kid growing up, but I learned to deal with it, you know? I mean, what else could I do? My mother went around telling everybody to stay away from me because I would say they sexually assaulted me. And I guess you just have to know my mom. My real mom is one of the most evilest people you'll meet in your life. Like, this bitch needs help for real. Like, she's not all together. She acts like she's hot shit. And in all actuality, she's not. Like, she's more mentally fucked up than anybody I know. She's filed taxes and stole tax money from me and my husband. I went to the IRS to find out exactly how much I got back, and she got upset about that because I want to know how much I was getting back. Well, to make a long story short, she stole like $5,000 from me. I asked her for the rest of my money, and she's like, oh, I put it in a CD for Addison. Bitch, you're a fucking liar. No, you didn't. You probably spent that shit. And that's just the kind of stuff I deal with my family. Like, I was molested when I was younger by the neighbor and my grandfather. And my mom called me a liar and told me I deserved it. I was raped at the age of 15. And I literally had to call the cops myself and turn this guy in. And he was actually convicted of rape. My mom later on down the road, it was a couple of years ago, she has this dude that raped me in her home knowing I was coming over there. Like, my mom is not normal. At all. She cheats on her husband any chance she gets. Like, she was fucking a guy named Rudy down at Tammy's house when she was married to Ron. Like, she's a nasty bitch. My mom's a nasty bitch. And I always swore I would never be like her. Like, I never looked up to that woman, nor did I ever want to be like that woman at all. That woman's put me through hell and back. I mean, literally. She beat me severely one night, and she told my dad I did it to myself. Well, they put me in a fucking nut hut, and I never beat myself up. My mom beat me. They're really good friends, Kathy and Doug. Kathy tried to adopt me when I was smaller because my mom never paid attention to me. She treated me like shit. And I really wish they would have, because then I would know what it's like to have family love. Like, I don't know what it's like to be loved by a mother or a father. I've never felt it before in my life. And that's one thing Addie can honestly say, is I always show her love. She's spoiled rotten. I don't hit her. We talk. And that was a promise I made myself. If I ever have kids, I will not be like my parents. And I haven't been. When I got beat up by my husband, my mom went around telling everybody, oh, they never had to grow up like this. I don't know why they think it's okay to do this to their kids and blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what, Kathy? You were the most abusive person in my life. I would take my husband hitting me 20 times over what you've done to me emotionally and physically. Like, you're not a good person. let me tell you facts. When my grandma died, my grandma hadn't even been removed out of the house yet. She was still in the house. My mom's throwing her shit away while her body's still inside the house. She stole a bunch of money from my grandma, went and paid her car off, went and bought her husband a barbecue grill, and pretty much maxed out all of her credit cards because she knew she was dying anyway. Now, what kind of fucking person does that? For real. Like, for real. I don't tolerate shit anymore. Like, from my sister, from my mom. And back when my mom stole my taxes, she put a protective order on me, so she can get away with stealing. She told me that it was dropped, that there was no more protective order, and she's invited me to her home, like, have me pick up Christmas presents, plants, whatever, knowing this whole time that she had the protective order on me, and she could use it as a tool, like, I don't know why she just couldn't be honest and say, yeah, the protective order is still on you. But my mom's not an honest person, so. To make a long story short, when I was 15, my mom and dad kicked me out, moved me in with a 38-year-old man at the age of 15. My mom and dad have always favored Stephanie. Stephanie could do whatever she wants and got away with it. Like, my sister was a whore at the age of 15. Like, she was fucking everything. Cammie was really good about it. Like, she wasn't trashy. She didn't just give her body to anybody. Like, she had standards, like, she wasn't cheap, a slut, or anything. And that's one thing I can respect Cammie for. Like, she's never been a trashy whore like Stephanie. And I've always respected Cammie for that. I mean, we all fucked up when we were younger and made out with a boy who hasn't, But she's never been trashy. Sweating like a motherfucker. It's hot in here. I went through my relationship with Tom, and that was in a very abusive relationship. Like, he would beat me on a daily, cheat on me nonstop. And you know how you gotta live and you gotta learn yourself. Like, you've gotta figure things out on your own. And that's where I was with Tom. I wanted to learn it on my own, not what people were telling me. Like, I had to learn it on my own. Well, I was about 7.5 months pregnant. I totaled my mom's car. And mind you, I was living with a crazy bitch at this time. And they lied to the insurance company, said Tom was working, when my mom knew damn well Tom was not working. He didn't have a job. So my mom lied to her insurance company to get more money. She lied to the insurance company, told them I didn't live there when I did live there. Like, my mom's straight scandalous. So she gets all this money, and she expects Tom to give her all this money. Well, fuck you, bitch. I pay you $500 a month in rent. I buy all the food. Like, we don't owe you shit, My mom's always been a money-hungry bitch. So, anyways, to make a long story short, Tom took off for 3 weeks. I'm 7.5 months pregnant. I'm tripping at home. Like, where's he at? Where'd he go? Is he dead? Like, and my sister Cammie had my back. Like, she straight told him to fuck off when he got back. And I wasn't happy with him at all. Like, he hurt me. You don't do that to people. Take off and not show back up. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. That's where I'm at with my husband right now. Anyways, Tom thought it was okay and thought it was funny and whatnot. And I told him I didn't want to be with him anymore. And I continued to stay with my mom. Well, Tom wanted to work stuff out because, we had a baby on the way, We worked stuff out. My mom let him move back in with me. And on Christmas, my mom kicked me out. Told me I was a piece of shit. Kicked me out. Pretty much I had nowhere to go, so I was living on the streets. Like, I was breaking into abandoned houses and sleeping in them. And we finally got a chance to stay with a friend of ours named Emily. Well, come to find out, he was fucking Emily. And Emily couldn't be honest with me about it, that she was sleeping with him. Like, I was just really disappointed at the time. So anyway, so I called my mom from Emily's, and I said, Mom, can you please come get me? I'm done. I'm done. You know, and she was a mother. She came and got me. You know, got me out of the situation I was in. What, honey? Yeah. Okay. But she came and got me, and I moved back in with her, and she gave me all these guidelines that I had to follow, right? So I followed them. After I had the baby, I went back to my mom's. And you know, when you're a new mom, you want to do everything for your baby, right? You want to give them the first bath. You want everything. You want to do first yourself. Well, my mom took the opportunity from me. I ran with my cousin to get formula. Well, I didn't realize she was going out looking for dope. And we took longer than we should have. Like, I wasn't getting high at the time. I had no desire to get high. I got clean because of Addie. Anyways, I get back, and my mom just starts yelling at me. And I says, you didn't bath her, did you? She's like, yep, sure did. And I got angry, because that's my job as a mother. Don't take my shit away from me. Anyways, to make a long story short, she pins me in the room. Won't let me call for help. I finally got a hold of Tom. Tom came down, got me and Addie out of the house while I'm across the street at her neighbor's house. And her neighbor's like, holy fuck, your mom is psychotic. So anyways, after that, I moved in with my dad. Like, I felt safe with my dad. My dad's never done me dirty or done me wrong, you know? So I go to live with my dad. Well, we have to pick up the stuff, my stuff from my mom's. She went through all my stuff. She stole a bunch of my stuff. She stole all my CDs. She stole all of Addison's brand new clothes. Like, she took everything. Her and my sister had a rendezvous. Anyways, moving forward, that was the last time I lived in her home. So I moved in with my dad, and I wanted to get my own place. You know, I was a new mom, and so anyways, I didn't tell Tom anything about where I was moving to or anything, and he found out. Like, I was moving stuff into my apartment, and he came and grabbed me by the back of the neck and said, you will let me in or I will kill you. And I believed him. So I did end up letting him in. He went to jail. I called him. Our baby was choking. I also called 911 on my father. My dad was there before 911 was. Addie was choking severely bad. And I made a promise to myself. After that, I was done with Tom. I didn't love him anymore. Nothing. Like, I wasn't in love with him. But, I knew I was done. So I was single for quite a while, and I met Samson. And that was the most amazing feeling in the world. Like, Samson's always kept me safe. He's always had my back, whether I'm wrong or I'm right. Like, he's never done me dirty. His brother on the other hand, he did do me dirty. I dealt with 6 years of sexual assault from John. But I got tired of Samson disappearing and taking off with my car and getting high and getting drunk all the time. Like, I can't stand people that drink anymore because of my mom and my husband. Like, I just can't handle being around people that drink anymore. Like, I've changed a lot. Like, I've done some serious deep soul searching. I've tried to be a part of my sister's life, but she's always got my mom's back. Like, this whole last go around, let me tell you how psychotic my mom is. So I get a phone number that called me, and I didn't know what number it was. I don't save that bitch's number in my phone. So I called it back, and I pretty much told her how I felt about her, and I didn't hold nothing back. Well, she calls the cops on me for violating a protective order that I thought that had been dropped. So I get charged with violating a protective order. I mean, my mom really knows how to use the system really well. And my sister Cammie's like, well, I'm not picking sides. I'm going to be there for both of you, blah, 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 blah. Well, Cammie and my mom made it ass themselves in court. Because I pled no contest, because I just want it over with, you know? You can hear my mom in the background, no contest, my ass, this bitch is fucking stupid. And my sister's going, yeah, Mom, you have right to be heard, fuck her, da da da. So they made themselves look like assholes in court. And in the whole process of all this, I had gotten charged with firearm by restricted person because I had marijuana and a gun at my house at the same time. So I'm dealing with all that. And I'm owning it because I know I did something wrong. But I'm not going to own something with my mother when she's invited me to her house. She's bought Christmas presents. She's called me. Like, she's violating her own protective order. So what the fuck am I getting punished for? Well, my PO read my packet, the one I had to redo for my mom. And he was like, your mom is a fucking nut job. And I'm like, I know. I deal with it all the time. I know. My sister started a bunch of drama. Stephanie started a bunch of drama at APNP with me and my probation officer and my mom. And I did call APNP the day my mom called me and let them know what was going on because my sister was causing so much drama. I dealt with that, and then, like, I think a week later, I got a notice in the mail saying I violated a protective order, which I'm okay with. I mean, the bitch can do whatever she wants to me because I know I didn't do anything wrong. I've tried to reach out to Kathy Joint because I really want her in my life because she's always been like a mother figure to me because my mom's never been one. I have people I call mom, and they mean more to me than she ever will. Anyways, to make a long story short, so I started getting rid of all these toxic people in my life, like the ones that are just use me for something they want, or, you know, most people. So I got down to like one friend, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with having one friend. But I got tired of explaining myself to people. But my main goal right now is me and Addie. I'm not worried about anybody else but me and her. And I mean, that may sound selfish, but it's what I got to do right now. And I think that's what hurt me so bad about Brian is he couldn't be honest with me. He was fake as fuck. I don't deal with fake people well. I don't deal with lies well because I've had to deal with it my whole life. I just want people in my life to support me and be there for me when I need somebody. And just like I'll be there for them if they need somebody. But I can't do the drama. I can't. I recently left my job due to sexual harassment and some other stuff going on, and they were abusing their clients, so I quit. So I'm going through all that right now. I'm going through this shit with Brian right now, and last night I'm like, fuck it. I gave it all to God. I don't want to hear about it no more. Brian can lose my number, whatever he's got to do, but I was never out to hurt him at all. I was there to be there for him. I mean, I even went and got him a bike, a Harley. So what does that tell you? I just want...
Can you let me know what it is?
Yeah. I just want normal people in my life to support me and be there for me like I will be for them, but I can't handle drama no more. I can't handle chaos. I can't handle all that. Like, when it starts, I start shaking and get really sick. And that's one thing my family don't understand is I'm over it. Like, I'm done with all the drama and bullshit, you know? Like, I don't want it anymore. I mean, I'm even getting along with my baby daddy, and I hate that motherfucker. But it's like they say, God don't give you nothing you can't handle. Well, he's given me a little bit too much at one time. I can handle it, and I'm moving forward, and I'm moving on with my life. I just wish my family could own the shit they've done wrong, and people can own their shit on what they've done wrong. And it's sad because no one can anymore. Like, I've got some amazing people in my life. Like Todd, he's amazing. I love that dude to death. I can talk to him about anything and there's no judgment. I've got Amber. I love her to death. I can talk to her about anything and there's no judgment. I've got Cammie. We're still working on some shit, but she's one of my bestest friends. Like, I had Cheryl, but she was never my friend to begin with. I've got Jamie and her husband John. Like, I've got support, you know. I just can't do the games anymore at all. Thank you. Have a blessed day.